Kids, feeling sleepy? I'm your host, Mr. Creepy. Don't fall into the wishing well. Listen to my stories from hell. Ghosts in the afterlife. The werewolf who chomped his wife. A headless dentist on an ATV. The chicken corpse haunting KFC. Ever seen a vampire on a plane? A zombie slurping brains? While you're in your bedroom smoking Indo, didn't you notice the ghoul at your window? Sit back and relax your bones. Get onto your laptops or your phones. The YouTube address FYI is Mr. Creepy's time to die. Bad evening. I'm your host, Mr. Creepy. Tonight's story is about a boy who called out Goatman 3 times. You might say that was a bad idea. There's a bridge in my town where they claim that if you stand in the middle of it and say the name Goatman 3 times, you'll summon him. But regardless of what you may hear after doing so, whatever you do, do not look behind you. He can't hurt you unless you look back. Of course, being the curious kids that we were, my friend and I decided to see if the tales were true. But after making our way to the bridge on our bikes, both my friend and I started to get cold feet. We were both overwhelmed with the feeling of dread. Something about the place just felt evil. But not wanting to let my fear get the better of me, I decided to go for it. I was going to do the dare. My friend begged and pleaded with me not to do it, but I was determined. I cautiously made my way to the middle of the bridge. As I stood in place, I could feel my heart racing 1,000,000 miles a second. And despite the weather at this time of night being hot, I was shaking. Once again, I was stricken with doubts of going through with it. But eventually, I closed my eyes and conjured up the courage to say the words. Goatman! 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 Not even a few seconds passed before I could hear a commotion. I opened my eyes to the sight and sound of my friend waving and yelling, Run! Run! Don't look behind you! Just run! Without hesitating, I quickly ran towards him, not daring to look behind me. I sprinted as fast as I could because I felt like at any moment something was going to grab me. Scared for my life, all I could do was focus on getting off the bridge. For what felt like an eternity, I was relieved when I finally got off the bridge. It's okay. You did it, my friend told me. It disappeared. I was bent over, trying to catch my breath, and even though part of me felt like it was a bad idea, with my adrenaline still pumping, I decided to look back. The bridge was empty, but I did see something all the way on the other end of the bridge. There, standing next to our bikes, was my friend with a look of complete terror. His eyes wide open, his mouth agape like he wanted to yell out to me, but was too stricken with fear to do so. A wave of horror washed over me when I realized that I had ended up on the wrong side of the bridge. But before I even had time to react, all I would hear next is bah! Mr. Creepy here. Friends, we don't care what you thought of tonight's horror story. If you don't stab the like button and slash the subscribe bell, this will happen to you.
No! No!